Mr. Maluleke, I know him, he was staying at my house. The reason for him to stay at my house, I think he was robbed or something, and he didn't have a place to stay, and then I offered him a place to stay. So he was staying at my house, and as soon as he heard that the police went to my house and to do that first raid, and I've been complaining about the conduct of the police to extent that I even attempted to make an urgent high court application to interdict the police from harassment. So I've been sharing these things with him anyway. So there came a point where I don't know who contacted Mr. Maluleke, but he told me that, listen, I've been asked to go and testify against, give testimony in relation to General Khan. So, and then he said, because these people who I requested me to go there and testify, that are the people who went to your house and raid your house. So, is there anything that you want me to do in regards with this thing? So, and then I told him that, listen, whatever it is, I've already sorted out my issues with these people. So I don't have anything to do with them anyway. So, but he said to me, he already spoken to some guy, Mr. Mohoti. And Mr. Mohoti asked him to go there and then to testify, but I do not know what he was supposed to say in his testimony. So he wanted my confirmation that, do you really want me to go there and then testify in favor of General Khan? I said, I do not know General Khan anyway, and then even if you do, it won't help me with anything, because I already sorted out my problems with the police that were raiding my house. So from what I heard is, I heard it from Mr. Mohoti, that he said to Mr. Mohoti that I'm going to testify in favor of General Khan, but I want you to speak to your people to give me a promotion and some money. So Mohoti showed me the communication between himself and Mr. Maluleke. So there was a meeting that they were supposed to have a meeting somewhere. I think it was in a hotel somewhere in Johannesburg. I forgot the name of the hotel. So I asked Mohoti that, okay, did your person did what you said he will do? He said yes, he did, but he told me that they've even recorded him, I think, because he was asking for promotion and money. So I will say, from the top of my head, that's how I remember about this Mr. Maluleke story.
By whether he had done what he had said he would do, were you referring to him testifying at the disciplinary proceedings?
Yes.
So he had said he had testified?
No, not the disciplinary proceedings, I'm sorry. He was going, before he went to testify, he had an appointment with Mr. Mohoti. And then Mr. Mohoti arranged, I don't know with who. They met with those people, and then that's when maybe they were planning to try to come up with how is he going to testify, I think. So during that meeting, that's when he was recorded. Mr. Mohoti told me that they've recorded him, and then he's asking for money and a promotion. I said, then if he's stuck there, then why don't you ask the person that is helping you to give you money? So why are you, that cannot be my problem. So I left it like that, and then.
So when you asked whether Mr. Maluleke had done what he had said he would do, were you asking about whether he had made an approach for him to be promoted?
No.
When you asked, has he done what he said he would do, what were you asking about?
I was asking that he said he will testify in favor of General Khan. So I was asking Mr. Mokgotsi that did he do that?
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. And just as a follow-up, considering the issue, which was you were to speak to Major General Khan's disciplinary hearing and then including communication between Mr. Mokgotsi and Mr. Maluleke, and you've testified as you have. I'm not sure I understand or I'm clarified in my mind what evidence could you potentially give at the disciplinary hearing? What evidence were you being requested to provide at the hearing?
I don't know. I will be lying. I don't know.
And you don't know in relation to what aspect of the disciplinary?
What I know is it had to do with General Khan. And then what was the details of the disciplinary hearing, that I don't know.
Besides testifying, what role did you understand was required of you? What role did you understand was expected of you?
Of me?
Yes, in all of this,
No, it's not of... There was no role. I think Mr. Maluleke wanted to do me a favor.
Yes.
Because of he was under the impression that at that point I'm not in good terms with the police.
Yes.
So then the very same police, they are the same people who asked him to come and testify.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to do me a favor and then testify in favor of the person that they wanted to discipline, I think.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So maybe then the misunderstanding was mine. You were not being required to go testify.
No, not
That was-
myself.
okay.
No.
Then I think I misheard you.
Now, can I just clarify, Mr. Matlala, the favor that you say you think he wanted to do you a favor?
Yes.
The favor would have been what? That General Khan is acquitted?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Can I just, sorry, Mr. Law. Did you speak to Mr. Maluleke when you offered him a place to stay? Who actually spoke to him and arranged a place for him to stay?
I went to see him at the hospital, and then after he got out of the hospital, there's a guy who stays at it's a cottage.
Yes.
So I connected him with that guy, and then he went there.
But he did speak to you,
Who?
Mr. Maluleke.
Yes.
And then you say when there was a raid at your house, you also told him about that.
Yes.
So you spoke to him
Yes.
on at least 2 occasions?
No, couple of times, not two.
Couple of
times, yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And the home where you housed him, where is that?
It's in Pretoria.
Pretoria. Where in Pretoria?
Home in Mamelodi.
In Mamelodi, your home. Yeah. Oh, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. That is then in regard to General Khan's disciplinary hearing. Anything else that is relevant to the question posed at 2.3.1?
Not that I can think of, but if I think of something, I will add it in my supplementary
Your
affidavit.
supplement. Noted. Thank you. The next question is at 2.3.2, and here you were asked to speak to your involvement in the delivery of Impala to General Sibia and any other forms of gratification you may given to General Sibia. It's at 2.3.2. Once again, that issue is not addressed at all in your statement. Would you like an opportunity to do so now?
Yes, this will also be in my supplementary affidavit because I just heard from the recordings after I've made this affidavit that there's a recording. In that recording, there is I'm mentioning this Impalas in that recording. And then I did not know by then that there was a recording which speaks about such things. So now I have to go back and then make a supplementary affidavit in relation with this Impala story.
I hear you, because now you want to engage with the recording itself, whether it's by way of questioning or challenging its correctness or otherwise. That's a separate issue. Mine is, you were specifically asked in the 10-6 to speak about the delivery to General Sibia of Impalas and any other form of gratification given to him. So we can confine ourselves to the question as posed. The content of the recording we will deal with in the fullness of time.
Yes, Commissioner, like I said, I do not want to incriminate myself because I know that the recordings are under investigation. And by the time when I made my affidavit, I was not aware of that. So I just heard the recordings after. So I do not want to comment on something which on a later stage will incriminate me.
So that if I understand you correctly, in respect to the question posed at 2.3.2, are you asserting your right against self-incrimination?
Yes.
And what in particular would you be speaking to that places you at risk of self-incrimination insofar as the delivery of Impalas to General Sibia is concerned? I just need to understand the basis upon which you are invoking that. Are you facing criminal charges for that currently?
No, there's investigations.
Yes.
Which has been said in open court that there is currently investigations going on. So what I will do is I think I will get the transcripts and then of my court proceedings, and then I think I need to attach them to my supplementary affidavit.
Can you tell, I asked Ms. Hassim here perhaps because I don't necessarily know everything. Which court proceedings are you referring to?
The Johannesburg High Court.
Is that the attempted murder case?
Yes. Let me try to clarify this.
Please, if you can.
We asked for the recordings during the pre-trial. And then the state advocate said that no, the recordings, they are not part of that trial, of that case. So it's something else which they are investigating. Meaning whatever is in the recordings is under investigation. So hence I'm saying now I do not want to comment on that because I know that is under investigation.
So if this is for my understanding, is it your attitude that the Commission cannot engage you on anything that you suspect is currently under investigation?
Not suspect, something that I know for a fact that is under investigation.
So you cannot be engaged on anything that is currently under investigation?
Yeah,
whatever the basis of investigation and progress of investigation, is that the attitude you assume?
Yes, I do not want to incriminate myself in that.
Sorry to interrupt, my learned
Yes,
friend. Chairperson, again, this issue of General Sibia, I want to place on record, forms part of the whole IDAC matter that we intend to deal with also in our application as well as in the supplementary affidavit. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I just ask to make sure I understand? You're saying there is an investigating officer who is looking at the question of the delivery of Impalas to General Sibia?
I'm saying there is an investigation, the entire recording. So I do not know out of the entire recording which part is investigated, which part is not. But what I'm saying is, in that recording, there is the Impala issue in that recording. So I do not know whether it's part of it or not. But what I know is that they're saying that recording itself is under investigation.
So your answer to my question is, you are not saying, as a matter of fact, that there is an investigating officer who is investigating the issue of Impalas delivered to General Sibia. That's not what you're saying to us.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, you're not saying that as a fact. You see, you're raising, you say you're reluctant to speak to it because you don't
Yes.
want to incriminate yourself.
Yes.
So it's important that we understand the basis of it. Is it just a suspicion that you have that the delivery of Impalas is being investigated? It's a suspicion and we have to deal with it on the basis that it's a suspicion, or as a matter of fact, there is an investigator, an investigating officer, who is looking at this specific question. It is important to understand which one you're relying on.
What I understand is they said there is an investigation, so they did not specify, because there's a number of issues in that recording, so they did not specify that directly we're investigating this, not this. That I do not know. So I cannot say it's under investigation or not. But what I know is that the entire recording itself, they say they are investigating it. So I do not want to sit here and saying, no, this is under investigation. Which chances are there? Maybe it might not be under investigation, or it might be. I do not know that.
And if it is not under investigation, you would be able
Of course, yes.
to speak to it.
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
And if then I may just follow up on that, you'll be able to make a determination based on the recording itself. Is that what you need to hear in full to understand whether or not there's an investigation, or is there some other exercise we can expect you to undertake to determine whether or not there's an investigation regarding the Impala specifically? Where do we land? I'm trying to anticipate what we can expect in your supplementary, because as you say to Commissioner Balo, you don't know whether specifically the issue of Impalas is the subject of investigation. You can't say that for a fact.
Yes.
You know that it features in the recording.
Yes.
And you need an opportunity to listen to the recording in its entirety. Did I understand you
No,
correctly?
I'm not saying that.
Okay. Then
I've listened to the recording. That's
Yes.
why I'm saying I know that the Impala's issue is part of the recording.
Okay.
I've listened to the recording. I do not know whether the investigating team is also investigating the Impala aspect. I do not know that. What I know is the state advocate said the recordings is under investigation.
Okay.
So which investigation, I cannot tell. I do not know that.
So then it's fair to depart from the premise that when we resume, armed now by then with your supplementary statement, you will be able to indicate to the commissioners as a matter of fact that particular issue is the subject of ongoing investigations.
I cannot promise that, because for me to find out, I have to engage with the investigators, and I'm currently in custody, so I do not know how I will find a way to find out for sure that they are under investigation or not. I do not know that.
Then, so we leave it on the basis that you will deal with it in the supplementary statement, specifically that issue, and how the Commission then deals with what you say in regard to the Impalas to General Sibia will be the subject of the legal debate, whether or not you are required to answer that to. Is that what you are suggesting?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I ask a question? Is it possible to avoid the legal debate by simply inquiring from IDEC whether this specific issue is the subject of investigation? If they say it is not, then as I understand Mr. Matlala, there would be no reason for him not to answer.
Chairperson, maybe I can deal with
Sorry,
that.
I was not addressing you. Please wait your turn, Ms. Van Heerden. I'm raising it as a possibility. I'm
I
not
hear
saying
that.
that's what must happen.
I hear that. We could do that, except that we run the risk of IDEX saying that it's not subject of our investigation. That does not exclude some other law enforcement subs investigations, for instance. And hence my interest to find out from Mr. Matlala what his understanding is in regard to any investigations concerning the Impala. He should be able to indicate.
Can I do this? Sorry, because I wanted you to finish on this issue and then Ms. Van Heerden gets the opportunity. In light of what Ms. Sillo has said, there's no need. I think I'm covered.
But perhaps let me still hear Ms. Van Heerden. It sounded as if you had your ideas on a possible solution. Yes, Ms. Van Heerden?
Chairperson, there's maybe just for the record legally, the issue of suspicion has got an objective and a subjective part. I think that we must all just place this on record. So it's not a question of seeing it very simplistically. That's the first aspect. The second aspect is that when it comes to IDAC, we are in the process and we have been engaging them on certain aspects. So we as officers of the court, that means the legal team, would be able to engage you on that issue itself. It is, I would find it extremely, maybe I should use the word weird, for an accused person who's currently incarcerated to be able to answer the question as to whether there's an investigation on or not. We as legal people normally engage the various authorities that deal with these aspects to establish what the position is with regard to that. But to allay any concerns in that regard, we are busy with this whole issue involving General Sabia and other issues relating to him with IDAC inter alia. But it's not only IDAC, it was the PKTT itself that was involved in the recording that my client is referred to. And maybe also just to correct that, what was placed on record then, please, I'm not making myself a witness, it's recorded in court. In other words, it's something that can be dealt with here. It was placed on record that the subject of what is contained in these recordings are being investigated. And the inference that I would draw from that thinking back was that the PKTT and their cohorts are busy investigating issues that forms part of this interview that was, or the statement that my client was made to do. But again, as I said, I want to emphasize, we are going to address legal points to you on that in due course as part of the supplementary and on the points eliminated.
And not just the legal issues, but also the pertinent factual question whether there is any investigation relating to the alleged delivery of impalas to General Sabia by Mr. Matlala.
Indeed, as I've indicated to you,
that factual issue, whether there is, because otherwise the privilege of self-incrimination will be a non-starter. So we should that should be addressed specifically as a factual issue. Yes.
Chairperson, where I started off this morning, you will recall I said that when we deal with these issues, we have to deal with it on a factual basis and on a legal basis. You cannot have a legal argument in abstracto. It needs to be supported by factual issues. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Then for my own edification, where we land is, Mr. Matlala, when you deal in your supplementary with the issue raised in paragraph 2.3.2, you will definitively state whether or not there is ongoing investigation in respect of the impalas, and then you deal with the issue of impalas the best as you can.
Yes.